Benidorm town is full of police officers. Welcome to the channel Benidorm by Anna, and welcome back to the latest video from our favorite touristic city on Costa Blanca, Benidorm. Obviously, we are in the city center right next to the Techno Hit on the triangular square. And from here, we will be checking on some restaurants, bars, businesses. We'll be heading through the Mediterranean Avenue up until the Levante Beach. And we'll let you know what is going on with the police in Benidorm and why there are so many of them in specific parts of our city. First of all, people should know that there's always and there has always been a police presence here inside of the city, which is why basically us locals, those who live here nearby, and also quite a bit of tourists and other police cars. See, that's what we've been telling you. People feel safe in our city. Just because we know there's plenty of cameras, we know there's surveillance, we know there's police officers, there's police cars. So people do actually feel themselves really, really safe in our town. It is evening time, and boy, the city looks gorgeous. In today's first video of the day, you were able to see the Levante Beach, and you were able to hear that we are indeed in another heat wave. Starting from today, Wednesday and Thursday, 3 days, which is the minimum amount of days to be considered a heat wave. Mini heat wave came our way. Not sure how is this even possible almost in November month, but there we are with almost 31 degrees in our region up until Thursday. So people are cheering quite a lot. It's an authentic summer back again. Those who came here on holidays right now are extremely lucky. Authentic summer in autumn. What can be better than that? All the shops here are ready for quite a few people, quite a bit of tourists visiting these. Obviously, there's going to be way more people on the streets, not only tourists, but locals too, simply enjoying what this weather brings us this time, even though it's just for a few days. The Mediterranean Avenue looks quite vivid, and here they didn't cut the trees just yet. There is a giant plan that started a couple of weeks ago, and this plan basically states that all the trees here in the area, they have to be cut down, and they're starting on smaller streets, and then bigger ones will be taking place next. And since it's a whole Benidorm, it's going to be up until probably March month, then when all the trees will actually be cut. This avenue here provides also quite a bit of natural shade, and there's a difference in summer of almost 7-8 degrees with sunny areas like Levante Beach. So it is incredible. This avenue is absolutely incredible. It's like a perfect spot to enjoy the weather even in summer months. Incredible place. We'll love it. And it's packed up with different types of shops, businesses, different places to grab some food, some snacks, breakfast, ice cream. There's typical Spanish shops, something slightly more fancy, less fancy, summery. There's a bunch of businesses here that tourists also love, such as Tiffany's. It was a very famous place. They've changed management since then. However, it's still here. They've started to advertise way more bucket deals to affect groups, but they've seen that it's not been working too well for them. So now they went back to breakfast and snacks and typical Spanish and offers, etc. So it does work quite well right now. So many people are heading to the town center towards the beach just to have a walk and enjoy all this gorgeous weather. Honestly, if you stay on the sunshine, it actually feels like the sun's burning back again, which is a strange thing. We already did not have that feeling anymore because it is autumn. However, now it started back again. So I do feel like we need to put some sunscreen on if we'll be on the outdoors, because People are even wearing slippers back again and t-shirts. Not tourists. Tourists never stopped wearing them, but locals. Locals usually always wear already slightly closed clothing, but now summer clothes are back on. Sunglasses, sun hats, bottles of water, all this as if it would be summer back again. Absolutely incredible. And why is there such a, oh my goodness, almost hits it. Oh my God, people are crazy. Why is there such a big amount of police officers? First of all, we've seen still quite a big amount of tourism. Hence, police officers are everywhere in the touristic areas just to make sure that everything's safe, that there's no robberies, there's no issues, no one's getting scammed. So they are everywhere inside of the city. Also, one of the reasons are the mobility scooters and the electric scooters. As you all are well aware, people do use alternative mobility transportation instead of cars a lot of the times. Usually it's bicycles, but also very popular are the electric scooters. And the thing with those is that a lot of the times people who use them, they do not care. They are not allowed to go on the pedestrian area, such as this one, for example. They have to go like these ones do, which is a correct way. There's a bicycle lane and mobility scooter lane. So that is where they actually should be going. And these ones, for example, they're doing it correctly. But then there's others who don't care and are going through the pedestrian side, which is very dangerous, by the way, for all the rest of the people who are walking here, for pets, for kids, for everyone. And this is why police actually is checking on them, because they have to have a specific insurance, they have to have all the documents of the mobility scooter, etc. So there was a whole campaign, and periodically it's being done just to make sure that everything is as it should be. Apart from that, mobility scooters are also another thing. It is very, very common to see mobility scooters now outside of a peak summer season. Usually everything's packed with them due to the age of visitors that are coming here outside of a summer season. And whilst it's perfectly fine, I mean, whenever the age hits, probably I would even use it myself to help me go to the places I need to go if I'm not able to, obviously. And that's what a lot of people are doing. But sometimes there's families who don't get that it's impossible to give kids mobility scooters, and we've seen quite a few families like these who just for fun are giving mobility scooters to their grandchildren or children, and these are heading full speed through the promenade. It's not as common as it used to be years ago though, but we still see in some cases, and even between Spanish tourists who think like it's a joke. So this is also one of the reasons why there are so many police officers. There's also two bikes right there. So it means that they're somewhere here about and around in the area having a walk, checking everything. And it's just to make sure that people are safe. Those who are renting these actually have a right to rent them, because there is specific requirements for those who want to rent a mobility scooter age-wise, or if it's younger, then there has to be something provided to show you actually need it. It's a need, not a desire. Let's say it like this. So this is why all these checks are being done to make sure that it's all safe, and pedestrians and all the rest are also safe on Benidorm streets. Also, this area is emissions neutral now. This is one of the biggest changes of Benidorm town. With the entry into force of the emissions neutral area, all this part, Mediterranean Avenue, the city center, the old town, the whole Poniente Beach, all this is emissions neutral zone, which means that usually vehicles are not allowed to circulate here unless you either are a resident and have a permit for it, or you're heading to the nearby hotel or a private parking space. For the blue zones, it is difficult because there is a paid parking, like on the street, actually, blue areas where you pay in specific machine. However, these are not regulated just yet. So sometimes people might or probably will not, if they show that they've been parked there, the ticket, Eventually, people will not be fined, but police officers do check that all the vehicles who pass through this area actually have a right to do so. Oh, I see quite a lot of police vehicles right there in front. Look at that. Also, another reason might be that right now there is a series going on in Benidorm town, and there's filming teams, there's actors, there's plenty of things going on. It's quite chaotic in this sense. So to ensure that everything goes smoothly, to ensure that filming will continue, to ensure that there's no crazy people around, they are here. So there's various reasons why there's so many police officers here in the city right now. And you'll probably see them if you're coming here on holidays. People are curiously just watching on what's going to be happening because there's quite a lot of police officers right here on the beginning of the Mediterranean Avenue. And it's something typical. That's where they usually are at, in between of other many places. But for us locals, it's already something usual. We're used to it. It's nothing out of the extraordinary, but it's still curious to see how many cars are all in the same place. Look at this. There's three. Three of those are here. Two now. But it's good. It's good to see that there is movement of this type. Thank you for accompanying us in today's Benidorm's evening video from the Mediterranean Avenue and the heart of this city. This is how safe Benidorm actually is right now. Stay tuned for more.